Shalom, I'm giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh is the one who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai is the one who the world calls Jesus Christ. And these are the days, minutes, hours, months, however call it, leading to the return of the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, which is real name is Yahweh Shai. Now, what I want to get into just real quick is, there's a lot of different things that could, get your mind caught up in. You got the gorilla conversation, the 100-man versus one gorilla conversation. You got the Shadur Sanders conversation, gender war, like just all these different dialogues, the Sinners movie, all these different surface level dialogues. And, just going through and seeing these different things. A lot of people, their minds aren't even comprehending, the danger that lies ahead. It's going to really catch these people off guard. And that's how these scriptures are, that's why these scriptures are these scriptures. That's why, these people's hearts fell into for fear of what's coming. As these things happen, they get the different emergency blares and things like that. These people are going to give up the ghost right there, a lot of them. You're going to see lots of the population cut down, and that's before the natural disasters or before the calamities, just fear, the things that are coming because their world is changing. The world is changing, and this is all spoken of in the scriptures. But yeah, just seeing the lack of seriousness in the majority of people, you're going to see how these things are going to manifest. Matthew 24, verse 38, for as in the days of Noah, as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, right? And you can't get caught up in the spirit because we are in the world. Some brothers are younger than others. Certain brothers are in different statuses. Certain brothers, are a lot more lively, so they experience the world, deal with lots of women, things like that. So it's easier, but certain brothers are out the way, very studious. They're kind of just in their bubble. Certain brothers have kids and, fat or whatever it is. So it's very easy, to get caught up in whatever distraction that's laid in front of you or around you, or that could be used to be weaponized. But, you got to continue to stay in the spirit as much as possible because, the situations that are in front of you, and then also the folly that's in front of you, these different things that are going on. When you do turn on the news, all that folly is not going to be beneficial to you when these things hit or understanding and being able to mentally and spiritually prepare yourselves. Because like I always mention in football, right? When you look at film, you look at film and you see what the other team does, just because you see that they're gonna they're a running team, right? Now, that doesn't stop them from running, right? But you do know that it's coming and you're able to mentally prepare for it. Whereas you just walking in the field and seeing them in the I formation and you're like, whoa, what's going on? And that's what gives you less confidence and more fear, than somebody who's been watching it, preparing for it, training, setting up, finding ways to be, etc. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6, folly is set at great dignity and the rich sit in low place, right? The value of the understanding and the wisdom of the Bible is going to increase in these last days, but as of right now, it's very low. But when these things hit, and as the Lord, continues to apply pressure on this place, that's when the value is going to increase. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right, so, it comes as a thief in the night, and you don't want to be caught as a thief in the night like these other people, especially if, it was given to you to know as a gift from the Heavenly Father, pertaining to Ephesians 2 and 8. So with that, I want to give all praise, continue to pray, continue to watch, continue to have your mind set on the Lord. Take a little time off the folly if you can and set it on the Lord. Shalom.